It's Joe Convertino Jr. from CH Insurance for our Cup of Joe. And Joe, how you doing?
Hey, good morning, Gomez. How are you?
Good. I know it was a late game last night, but were we able to either go or stay up and catch it all?
Yeah, well, I didn't lug up to the Dome. It was a little late, but I was on the couch, with a nice blanket. Great win. What about you? You probably did you make the first half?
No, you know what? 9 o'clock tips are, these, in the last couple of years, it seems like they've had a lot of the later games, the 9 p.m. games. So all in the morning, like on the ACC network this morning, for example, they happened to be replaying the game. So I was able to actually catch some of it, at least the highlights, on the ACC network today. But we were just talking offline, and, Jesse had a great game, no doubt. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 blocks, and Buddy, again, 25 points. But as you were mentioning, Joe had a great game.
He was kind of under the radar as you heard the announcers were Jesse, Buddy. But, Joe came through last night, had some very good assists. I think he was 4 for 5 from the 3-point line and ended up with 23. So, he was under the radar, and I think it was a great team win. I mean, we needed that. We definitely needed that win.
It's, they're 9-9, 500 here. A big game at Duke, who lost last night overtime, so they'll be particularly ornery.
That'll be a great game down there. I think it's at noon, right? So That's a good Saturday matinee with a nice, sandwich and Coke and, watch a great game down there.
There you go. Well, Joe, on to the topic at hand from your end. Obviously, here, middle of January, we've had some extremes in temperatures. Over the weekend. It was, 25 below with the wind chill. I know I was in Buffalo on the weekend, and I had left I'm not a big soda drinker, but when I do, I'll have either like a root beer if I'm on a road trip, or like a Mountain Dew. And I left a Mountain Dew in the car, and it just
blew up.
Yeah.
Now, Gomez, do you think there's coverage for that if that Mountain Dew blows up?
If for my car, if it caused any damage, I'm trying to think. If it got all over the electronics and broke something, and
there's a good claims question, but the answer's probably excluded.
Oh, why? Because I was dumb enough to leave a Mountain Dew in the car in the freezing.
Yeah. Did you go to the Bills game?
No, I just happened to be in Buffalo visiting some friends there, so I didn't go to the game. We watched it in Buffalo, which was kind of fun, but it was just bitter cold. But I know in Buffalo, where my friend lives, they had some issues with, and I'm sure around here, people's pipes freezing and bursting and that kind of thing, and that just happens this time of the year. Yeah,
what in the next few weeks here, I mean, look at today, it's going to be 40 degrees, okay? So when you've come down, a swing of 30 to 40 degrees, that's when, the pipes form and it warms up, they expand, and what happens, whether you're a home or a business. So, we've had some tips out there, a lot of homeowners, and even business people, when you leave your house for a day, like you, I mean, if you were gone with your wife for a day, even a day, you got to make sure the heat is at least 65. From that standpoint, some insurance tips, some people allow the faucets to, there's some anal people out there, but, the hot and cold, let them drip a little bit, slowly. So, the water's always moving through the pipe. And then the third thing, because, this happens to a lot of families, and it happened to me. When you walk in your house and God forbid something happens, you better know where the main water shutoff is.
That's a good point.
I mean,
I know people who don't know that.
Right. Would you say your wife would know where the water shutoff is in your house?
Yes, because we've been in the house for 30 years, but early on there was a need to get there, and she knew where it was, fortunately.
Yeah. I mean, it was funny because, with my wife and daughters, they're like, why are you showing me this? So you never know. If you call and something happens, I need you to run down here and turn this to the right. Because, those are nasty claims. We've talked about it on your show. I mean, it's just, they're nasty claims. And when the fluctuation of temperatures get like this, it gets bad. And we've even had some sprinkler damage for a lot of our commercial clients, with, sprinklers in a building. So you just got to have a little, be proactive, understand it's a little small risk management tool to help, God forbid, something happens.
Good tips, good advice here, middle of January, because as you said, it's going to be 40 today, cold again on the weekend, and we live here. It's winter, and that's why we love it.
Why we love it, Gomez. I agree.
It comes with the turf. Hey, Joe, listen, thanks. Great chat. We'll check in again in a couple of weeks for our next Cup of Joe.